Today is Wednesday the 13th of July 2011, and Carolyn and I are here to take the messages for this coming July full moon, which will be on the 15th of this month. And today it is Gaia that wishes to come forth to speak to us about this, and so let us see what she has to say. And she is here, and she is saying, "My dear friends, you are aware that this time that awaits you from that December 2012 solstice and beyond is a time of tremendous change for humanity, but also for planet Earth and everything which resides upon it. And I, as you know, have the role as the guardian, you might say, of the planet. Although there are other guardians, my role is one of overall responsibility for the state and the progression of the planet. And as you have heard from many other messages, we are entering the time, indeed we have entered the time, when Earth changes that are required to prepare the planet for what is unfolding have begun to come forth. And you might say they began in earnest with that Boxing Day earthquake in Indonesia a few years ago, which was the first shift that began to adjust the axis of the planet back to its alignment with cosmic center. And I have come forth with this full moon because it is the final piece of the puzzle, you might say, which will see the greater array of earth changes begin to come forth. These have indeed been building up for some time, as you have seen greater earthquake activity, greater volcanic activity, and also changes in weather such as fires and floods and so on. But these changes will accelerate, and for some these changes will be frightening because they don't understand what is happening. And they are coming forth at the same time as the changes in the financial and economic systems of the world begin to come forth, and also at the same time as that path forwards through the karmic clearing and rejuvenation commands, which will soon be available through the rejuvenation workshops that have been planned. This process for the preparation of humanity will also come forth in parallel. And so this period of great change is about to unfold after so many promises and so much gathering of energy that has preceded it. The energies of this full moon are the final energies, the final triggers that are required to bring all of this forth into the conscious awareness of humanity. All of these pieces of the puzzle are coming forth together. And so I wished to come forth as the one who oversees these changes for the planet, because in a sense all that is unfolding reflects the same agenda, the same changes, if you will. And so I not only oversee these changes for the planet, but also these changes for humanity, which in a sense will begin with the coming forth of that rejuvenation process that has been discussed for so long. And so with this context, I ask that you pass the banner, so to speak, to Carolyn, because I have a further message that I wish to give to her.
Thank you, Gaia. She wants me to describe how she looks to those who read and hear this, because the purpose of it is for you to connect with her, to visit her, so to speak. There are many images of her, she says, and she enjoys all of them, as she feels the respect that humanity has for her. There are many who love this planet, who walk upon the planet disturbing very little. We won't discuss those who do not respect where they live. The time will come when they truly will respect the gifts that have been given them, especially when they feel that they will be taken from them. Enjoy every moment of peace that you experience now. There will be great upheavals, as you have been told. But I want you to see me as I truly am. And so she's asking me to show you how she appears. And yes, she has the appearance of a young maiden, a beautiful young maiden. And because she is of the earth, and because you might say she is of the animals and the flowers and the insects, the minerals, they are all part of her. And as I look upon her face, I see this beauty in her eyes. It is appreciation of the earth's beauty. And in her hair, it is like shadows, not real flowers and real creatures, but like a shadow forming flowers, insects, animals, and they change periodically. I see a bunny in her hair. It's not a real bunny, but it is the shape and the spirit of a bunny. And it turns into a lioness. And I see the polar bear. All manner of creatures coming and going. It is like a reminder of what this earth is all about. It is home for us, but it is also home for all of these beautiful creatures, every life form. And she says sometimes it is easy for people to forget that it is their home also. Land many times is cleared without any thought of the animals or the ecology in general. Mounds of earth are cut where there was once a mountain. Many times it is leveled to build homes, or at least rearranged in some fashion. And there is little thought about how this disrupts all the many forms of life that is found upon the planet. And everything that you do has an effect. And I look down upon her dress, this beautiful, there is a sheerness of the fabric, almost like a chiffon. There's a breeze, a gentle breeze blowing through it, and you feel this sense of serenity. And the same thing is in the dress that is in her hair. There is this mountain stream, is the best way that I can describe it. It's not really a mountain stream, but it is, the colors change and sparkle as it represents this stream that's going down the front of her dress, and the trees and flowers along the edge of it. And there is a babbling or gurgling sound as it moves around the rocks, and it is like the stones and the rocks and the sand piled up at her feet, and the water swishes by, and you hear that beautiful sound of water as it mixes and turns and churns around stones. And at her feet is this beautiful meadow, and there's all kinds of creatures cavorting in the meadow, and bees pollinating flowers, and butterflies. And in the distance, I see the strength of geysers, as she shows me one of her favorite haunts, so to speak, in Yellowstone. And the geysers are allowing the steam to move on, exploding in its wonder. And beyond, I see inside the earth itself, the magma as it moves, those circular tunnels between the continents underneath of the ocean, joining them. And she moves her robe aside, and I can see out into space. And she tells me she is but a part of all of this creation. And this creation, I see, goes all the way back to Prime Creator in the center of the cosmos. We are all part of that, she says, you and I. And as I come back to Earth, I see the ocean. She shows me the ocean and the dolphins and the whales singing, and the pods of humpback whales birthing their babies in the warm water. And she says there is the peace and serenity that the creative forces brought here. Such beauty. So much of this has been disturbed by human beings, but there is a path back to that again, where there will be the peace and the beauty and the serenity, and it will be wrapped up in waves of love, in waves of oneness, when humanity is reminded again and accept the fact that all are one, all hold the key to this beauty. It is within your heart. It is how and why you were created, and it will be so again. So it is.